What a pleasure and what an honor to be here. Let me take the Claire hat off. We're going to put it into a corner there. Let me put my vision hat on, because that's the one that I think I'm expected to wear right now, and I'm actually very happy to wear as well. And let me welcome you all to our AI Open Day. It's the second of these days that we're doing. The first one we had in Brussels a while ago, and that was actually a wonderful experience. But I think this one here in Prague will be even better. And we're at an absolutely outstanding place here. For those of you who are visiting us for the first time, CIIRC is one of the leading facilities of its kind in Europe. And certainly an outstanding example of what can be achieved within just 10 years, right? In terms of bringing together a wide variety of truly outstanding AI researchers and also roboticists and people that are in the production side of things. So they have wonderful things around here, some of which hopefully you will experience during your stay. But without further ado, let's get our program started. And actually, let me see. I think I can advance the slides, which is very cool. Oh, there we go. And people do it for me too. Hopefully you enjoyed the last half hour. Hopefully you had the robots over there serve you a drink. If not, I would recommend you try this later. It's quite fun and they do a good job. Now what we will do is have a series of presentations from the European AI ecosystem as funded by the European Commission under now a series of so-called lighthouse calls that started a few years ago with 4 networks of centers of excellence: AI for Media, ELISE, HumanE-AI-Net, and TAILOR, under the, together with the coordination and support action called Vision, which I have the honor to be involved in. And as of earlier this year, actually late last year, we also have 2 more of these networks, namely ELSA and euRobin. And it's fantastic that we have representatives from these networks here today, and they are going to share with you a little bit of an insight into what their networks are about and also what their networks have achieved, right? AI is, of course, a very important topic for not only research organizations and industry across Europe, but also for the citizens of Europe, and therefore these major European actions hopefully do play a role in helping to position Europe well for the future in terms of innovative and economically interesting and societally valuable AI research and innovation. Okay, let me say a few words before we get started about the overall European push on AI. For those of you who are less familiar with it, in 2018, the European Union and several of its member states realized that AI is going to be a really important part of our joint future. And they decided to invest into the AI ecosystem. That investment so far has mostly taken the form of funding research networks. So this ICT 48 initiative that funded the 4 networks and Vision that I mentioned before has overall just a volume of about 50 million euros. So this is admittedly not very much. But any investment into the excellent European AI ecosystem, of course, is welcome and is effective and is helping position us for even greater things in the future. The investment that the Commission has made very deliberately, very much like the regulatory action that they are currently close to putting into practice. This investment has been done under the label of human-centric trustworthy AI. Now, what is human-centered trustworthy AI, you might ask? And there is a very simple explanation, and then there's a much more complicated one, which you can read in the European Union documents, which are actually quite interesting as well. So I'm going to keep it brief here. Human-centric AI is the kind of AI technology and AI systems that are there not to replace people in their capabilities and in their jobs, but to actually support them, augment their abilities. It's AI systems that basically try to make people's life better than just replacing them, right? And this is, of course, a little bit in contrast with some of the AI developments you see in industry based outside of Europe happening sometimes. And I think it's a very good move of the European Union to put their emphasis on this. And trustworthy AI basically is about AI systems that people that use them or that get exposed to their operation in public administration, for example, have reason to have some faith in, that people have a reason to trust. This has technological components such as robustness, for example, robustness against changing circumstances, right? AI system gets trained, gets delivered, gets put into place, and then of course the world changes a little bit, and that system still is supposed to work reasonably well. That's what robustness is all about. But there are also issues such as human controllability, explainability, and a few other dimensions along which AI systems should be carefully designed and their operation also carefully planned and monitored. The Commission has made a big commitment in that respect, and all these networks are working on various aspects related to that. Good. So with that said, our coordination and support action, Vision, is very happy and proud to host this event today on the premises of CIIRC, which is one of the consortium members. Vision is a very small consortium. Our role is quite clear. We're supposed to coordinate, facilitate, and support the actions by these fantastic research networks, and therefore we are very happy that they are here today to talk about the outstanding scientific work that's happening within there. Vision itself doesn't do any scientific work. I, of course, do, but not under the umbrella of Vision, right? Just to give you one example, I am personally involved also in TAILOR and HumanE-AI-Net. Other people in Vision are also involved in these networks, but in the context of Vision, we really just support and facilitate, right? Whereas the real action happens in these networks. And therefore, it's my great pleasure to welcome the representatives of these networks. And so here again, you can see them all. They all contribute to this wonderful ecosystem. And the first presentation will be given on behalf of AI for Media. We've sorted them alphabetically just because that seemed like a logical choice. And I'm very happy to ask to the stage here Yannis Kompatsiaris, who is the coordinator of AI for Media. Yannis, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Holger. Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a great pleasure to be in such an interesting state. The facility, the infrastructure is really impressive. And I'm happy to give a short overview of our network, AI for Media. As you understand, our main objective, we can go to the first slide. Yes, my name is Yannis Kompatsiaris. I come from Greece. I'm the director of the Information Technologies Institute, which is part of the Center for Research and Technology, ELISE, a big research center located in Thessaloniki, north part of Greece. And yes, now we can go to the next slide. I have to do it. Okay. Thank you. Much better. Very nice. So our overall mission is to research, develop, and deliver next generation technologies for the media sector, which is an important sector. When we say media, we consider in general multimedia, audiovisual content, news, games, and so on. And it is an important sector because it directly affects our society and democracy. And in all these developments, we take into account the key values, and we address on the same time key challenges like ethical, trustworthy AI, as Holger mentioned, human-centered, trusted, and so on. So this is how the whole work in our network is organized. In the center, you see we have our main research and innovation activities where we target recent and key challenges around media and multimedia, like new learning paradigms, distributed AI, explainability, content-centered AI, human and society-centered AI again. And an important aspect is that all these developments, with the collaboration of industrial partners, with media companies, they are integrated in what we call use cases, in prototypes that are realistic ones addressing industrial challenges. As you can see, Yes, as you can see down there. And we have a number of supportive horizontal activities. We have this funding program to include external actors, the International AI Doctoral Academy, which supports training activities, and it is an initiative which has the support and has been funded by all other projects. And as I will show in a while, the European Media AI Observatory, where most of our results will be presented and are being presented there. And all this at the end and after the end of the project will be part of the Virtual Center of Excellence. So in a little bit more detail, our core research addressing mostly multimodal content, 7 real-world applications in collaboration with industrial partners, a lot of work regarding impact in policy, regulation, societal concerns, educational and training. An example of the research we are doing, we are working a lot on techniques to fight disinformation, and there will be a demo by our partners in ATC company, which will show how these technologies are integrated in a prototype. So, for example, we are developing AI tools in order to detect synthetic content and other related activities against disinformation. Regarding Trustworthy AI, which is the main topic of this event, we have a number of activities, and I will just highlight what we consider an important one, a number of benchmarking activities, which is important to see how AI systems work under various conditions. And we have produced a number of documents which I consider very useful, and I invite you to visit our website in order to see them. For example, the strategic research agenda for the media industry, and we have split this SRA into several smaller parts, which I think are very easily to manage and read. And other example is a number of white papers prepared by the media partners for our industrial use cases that I mentioned before. And as I mentioned, these and other results for now are part of the AI Media Observatory, which has been just launched. Again, you can find it under our website, where you can see this and even more other related content. And finally, a slide about the training activities. Together with the rest of the network of excellence, we have set up and running this IDA initiative, which is an umbrella for training activities. And as you can see, it's already running and with a lot of members, lecturers, students. So it is something very active, which again, I invite you to have a look. And if your organization or your students are not a member, you are more than welcome to join. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dennis. Wonderful. All right. If I'm not mistaken, Dr. Josef Schivitz is next, and he's actually from CIIRC, so for you, this is sort of a home plate. Please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Holger.
This as well.
Oh, yeah, thank you. So my name is Josef Civic. I'm actually from this building, so welcome. Also, it's great to have you here. I will tell you a few words about the ELISE network. So the ELISE network has been initiated by ELISE, which is the European Laboratory for Intelligent and Learning Systems. And it's really building a vibrant and fast-growing community of researchers in machine learning driven fields. One of the main goals is to really attract and keep the AI talent in Europe. What we try to achieve for this, we've set up a PhD program, which is attracting over 1,000 applicants to Europe from all over the world to work in European AI labs to do their PhD. We've been also running a SME engagement programs where startups who are building new products or services based on machine learning with high impact can apply for funding, and then they sort of receive in the competition. So there's been hundreds of applications for those, and the selected companies they receive a tailored mentoring and are coupled with a machine learning researcher who can help them succeed. I will mention a few examples, but it's really in areas of high impact like cancer detection, agriculture, or energy, where these companies are making a difference. And finally, it's really a community which is fast growing of researchers, and over more than 1,000 researchers over 100 sites across Europe. I'm just having 3 highlights which I would like to mention here. The first one is the work of Nuria Oliver. So the network is organized in these research programs. There is, I think, more than 50 now, which have really gathering scientists across Europe specific on a certain topic. In this case, this was Nuria Oliver, who is she's running the human-centric machine learning program. And she's based in Valencia, and during COVID, she created very rapidly a team of researchers who was assisting the Valencia government using machine learning techniques to make informed decisions for the people who are actually making decisions during the COVID pandemic. So they've been really gathering data and producing inputs. Of course, the systems were not deciding by themselves, but producing inputs for the decision makers to really safely open the region. I think it's been very successful in the region locally. Maybe we wish we had similar input in other regions in the world, and they won a prize in global pandemic response for this work. Amazing work, really. The second thing I want to mention is there is a specific program on climate change. Is machine learning for earth and climate sciences, which is really bringing together machine learning researchers together with climate scientists. They again do a lot of very interesting work on the boundary of these fields where machine learning could really help to tackle some of these problems. And what I want to mention here, they've developed new models for predicting or estimating the carbon dioxide movement across the globe, developing also new machine learning technology of hybrid methods, which are incorporating physical constraints into machine learning methods. And of course, they're doing open science, so they've created data sets for this problem so that the whole community can help to tackle these issues. And the final thing also, we are doing a lot of work on sort of enhancing the governance in this area. I'm mentioning 3 examples. There is a very nice white paper on compute for machine learning, which is getting very important given the competition in this area, which can help us to make informed decision on investment. The second point is the certification, very important system. How do we certify machine learning system? Very nice work from Austria in collaboration with the TUV in Austria on white paper on certifying machine learning system. And finally, I want to mention of course, and it will be discussed later, the ethics of machine learning and AI. So for this SME startup selected through this competition, there have been kind of targeted help in this area for their specific use cases on the ethics of the use case in cancer detection, cybersecurity, critical infrastructure inspection. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for attention.
Thank you very much, Josef. All right. Very impressive, evidently. So let's see. Next up, we almost skipped Mario. That wouldn't have been nice. Mario Fritz. So welcome. You will be presenting ELSA, which is one of the newest networks. You've just gotten started, right? But there are still things to talk about. We look forward to hearing you. Please.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Also, thank you very much for inviting me to speak here and present our network. My name is Mario Fritz from the CIIRC Helmholtz Center, and I'm coordinating the ELSA network. So thankfully, Joseph already did a great job introducing the ELISE network. We are also based on the ELISE network that is committed to fundamental science, innovative technologies, and impact on society. And here we are also carrying forward this idea of excellence in different research directions. We have been tasked by the EU to build this European lighthouse on safe, secure AI. So to innovate technology in this space to address some of the most pressing challenges in this domain. So as we have already heard in the introduction, there is a lot of gains that we can realize here in AI in different domains like health, autonomous driving, cybersecurity, and robotics. But here really we want to mitigate some of the key issues that we might be facing to bring these techniques to success and kind of innovate in European spirit here. And also, as already outlined by Holger, there's a whole range of kind of dimensions that we want to have implemented in our European spirit and innovate in compliance with these values. We put a focus on rigorous methodology and foundations because we believe in order to maintain the trust in this technology, it's key to build reliable foundations and build technology on top of these. Otherwise, it could be erosive actually to the trust of society in this technology. As a rough outline, what we are doing, so we have this foundation of methodology in terms of robustness, federation, privacy, governance, and human agency and oversight. We defined several grand challenges that are kind of bundling some of these problems together. In these, they intersect with several use cases where we look at health, autonomous driving, robotics, cybersecurity, media, and document intelligence. Overarching, we also couple this view on AI with a view on safety, security, but also cybersecurity and also legal compliance. Again, we start quite recently, but we have a whole range of activities that we have started. I talked a little bit about the research, but also in particular benchmarks in our innovation lab has been started right now. We have closed the first call to SMEs, and we are also publishing the first benchmarks related, for example, to federated private document intelligence, also for robustness for autonomous driving at the major conferences right now. Thank you very much for your attention. I would be very happy if you read out to us or look at our website for more information and details. Thank you.
And of course, we will hear more from Josef, from Mario, and from everybody else who's speaking here later in the panel discussion. So there will be great opportunities to talk a little bit more. With that, we'll pass over to Pasant from the HumanE-AI Network. Pasant, it's wonderful to have you here. Please tell us more about HumanE-AI-Net.
Thank you so much, Holger. Hi, I'm one of the postdocs working on the project with the PI, Professor Paul Lukovic, and I'm here on his behalf. So, without further ado, HumanE-AI. So, what's different in HumanE-AI that we're looking at question zero? Actually, why are we doing AI? When does it make sense to have AI in the project? And when does it not make sense and we should actually build upon the human capabilities and let people do whatever they are doing? We focus on three angles. The first one is, when can we actually enhance the human capabilities and make people do what they are doing in a much better way without getting in their way and with giving them full control? The second part is, some solutions are amazing when people are just doing them by themselves. However, once you deploy them to the society, you get some adverse effects. So how can we understand those effects before they actually happen? And the third and the last is, how can we ensure that our systems are actually ethically responsible and giving people full control over what's happening and that people actually understand what's happening with those systems? And therefore, our contributions are mostly about finding common grounds and narratives. How can we make our world that we understand and perceive, such as emotions and daily conflicts and different things, understandable to the machines in a way that they can help us take the decisions that we need to take in timely manner? So who are we in the first place? We're a group of 52 partners. We have lots of industrial partners like Airbus, for example, but we're also having a lot of research partners. And the good thing is that we're an extremely interdisciplinary team. So while we have very highly talented researchers in AI, our project is also focused on having researchers in human-computer interaction, in sociology, in law, to understand like the full picture of the deployment of such solutions to the society. So, if you're interested to engage with us in the consortium, how can you do that? So the first thing is, you can follow us on social media and on the website. The second thing is, you can join us in the Hybrid Human Intelligence Artificial Intelligence Conference, which is the second iteration of it. This was one of the spin-offs of the project, where we're also trying to highlight this intersection between AI and HCI and interdisciplinary research, and it's happening in June. this June in Munich, Germany. So please come and join us. And the last thing is you can actually apply for micro-projects. And the idea of micro-projects is we're inviting everyone to come work with us for 2 to 6 months with 2 of our partners of the 52. And then you can work on your research ideas. And we do have the funds for that. And we'd like to build a community around it. And if you want to chat more about that, just reach out to me. And then I can connect you to the people in the project. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So we're getting close to the end of that slot. Let's see. Roman Bartak from Charles University. So for you, this is almost a home play, except that you had to come sort of up the hill, right, from the city center. I'm very glad that you managed to join us here to tell us more about TAILOR.
Okay. Thank you. So good afternoon. So my name is Roman Bartak. I'm from Charles University. Usually when I hear that we are going in alphabetic order, I am the first one. So finally I can enjoy to conclude the session. I am not the coordinator of the project. This is Linköping University, but because we are having a meeting starting this weekend, I was asked as a trustworthy person, which is very close to this location, to present TAILOR on behalf of the organizers. So what is TAILOR? It's a huge network of excellence. We have like 54 partners split into 3 groups, 23 core partners, then additional academic partners. Charles University and Czech Technical University are the partners from the Czech Republic. And then we have some partners from industry. You can see the spread of the partners on the map. If you cannot see abbreviation of your institute here, don't worry, we have connectivity funds, so we are supporting even financially cooperation with people and with groups outside. If you want to organize an event where TAILOR and non-TAILOR partner is included, just contact us and we can definitely do it. So what is TAILOR about? Well, basically the name says it all because it has many meanings. So TAILOR means trying to establish this human-centered trustworthy AI by integration of learning, optimization, and reasoning. And as you see in the word, it's really a lot about integration. The project is split into several work packages. If I omit these administrative ones, these are the, let's say, the technical ones. You can see the trustworthy AI package. This is really dealing about what does it mean trust. So how we can measure trust in systems and how we can achieve trust in systems. And then we have this integration package VP4 about paradigms and representation, which is really about all techniques that are used in AI, like neuro techniques, probabilistic techniques, and logic techniques. So there are a lot of symbolic AI researchers involved in this network. So just to conclude, because we should like finish 3 minutes ago, some documents that you might be interested as a result from the project, and you can download them. The first one is like the roadmap that we expect we should follow if we want to achieve trustworthy AI. And those who are interested more on technical details behind, there is another like live document, the TAILOR Handbook of Trustworthy AI. So that's about TAILOR. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Roman. Excellent. euRobin, unfortunately, wasn't able to participate today. We forgive them easily because they're very much like ELSA, a very new network, and I'm sure we'll see more of them in the future. Great, Mario, that you could be here for ELSA, although you are new too. So this is much appreciated. What's going to happen next is that we're going to have these interactive demonstrators, and we're very, very happy that we've been able, actually, the great team at CIIRC and the networks have been able to put together a great set of demonstrations for all of you. They're in the room adjacent to us, which is the test bed. And you can see these stations labeled 1, 2, 3, all the way to 8. Now, the idea is that you go there and you can actually visit these stations in any order that you wish. And in fact, we do not recommend that everybody starts at 1 and then goes all the way to 8, but that you start somewhere in the middle and then move around freely, okay? And if something catches your attention, you should go there. Also, there is an opportunity after the panel discussion to see the demos again, or to see the ones that you've missed, except for number 4. For organizational reasons, number 4 will only be available for the next hour. So if you want to see that, you should make sure that you catch it before we get back together here at 4 o'clock. So with that, thank you once again to everybody who was presenting here the networks today. This is very much appreciated. Thanks to everyone who is helping to run the demos and who provided them. And now we invite you to go over there and enjoy the demonstrations. We'll be back here at 4 o'clock. Don't worry if you get distracted over there. There will be sort of a call, and then you can come back and we're going to have the panel discussion and talk a little bit more about the future and the present and the fantastic opportunities for AI in Europe. Thank you so much. Enjoy the demos.